Hello and welcome everyone to Eldercare Academy. This is Eldercare's live training series that we do every week, twice a week. And I am so grateful that you've taken the time to attend this training live with me. And because you are attending live, I would love you to participate in the conversation. So please find the question and answer box if you're on Zoom. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you're feeling about AEP maybe and the technology that you might be using. I see some more people jumping on. Thank you again for being here with us. So my name is Adrienne Ostris. I have been with Eldercare for the past 7 years. And for the past 5 years, I have been helping agents and agencies use the Integrity technology. And I've been there since the beginning. And while it was amazing when we released it, it has only gotten so much more amazing. And I never even thought like that was possible. And let me tell you something. It is about to get even more amazing, and it will continue to become even more amazing. And this is because we are listening to your feedback. So this platform is absolutely built for agents by agents. And you might hear me say that a few times because it is the absolute truth. So I see Larcene, Bruce from Virginia. We got Georgia, Oklahoma, Virginia, Oregon. Yes, Norman, the chat is disabled. So the only way to communicate would be through the question and answer box. But I can see you're here, Norman. So thank you for being here with us. Before we get started, I'm going to launch a poll. I want to kind of know who I'm talking to this afternoon. So some of these might be you might think trick questions, maybe they are. But the first question that I launched is, how many tools are you using right now to write an application? And so this might be something that you need to think about for a second, because you might be going to multiple platforms, right? You might be going to a carrier site, you might be going to Medicare.gov, you might be going to your filing cabinet. I would consider a filing cabinet like an application that you're using to write an app. And then the second question to that is, would having an all-in-one platform help you save time? I feel like that one's kind of my trick question, but I'm curious if anyone says no. So it looks like majority of you are using 3 different platforms to write an application, which I kind of thought that is how it would be, but there's a few of you using 5 different applications, 4 different 4 different platforms, 5 different platforms. It's very varied, but majority of everyone on here this afternoon, just so you all know who's on here, use around 3 different platforms to write an application. And this gets me excited. And you'll notice I have excitement in my voice probably for the next hour talking about all of this, because I'm very passionate about everything that we're building here for you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end my poll and get us started. Oh, we got a lot of Texas, Arizona. We got all kinds of people on. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see if I can start sharing my screen. All right. Everyone should see my screen now. And this is kind of the official launch of the rebrand that we are doing. I know a lot of you I've been working with for many years, and it was formerly known as MedicareCENTER, but it is officially called IntegrityCONNECT now. So again, this is Integrity's technology that is built for agents by agents. And I'm going to go through some slides with you this morning to just kind of give some general highlights, because I want you all to see kind of the big picture of what is happening with this technology. But I will be diving in to the portal to do a live demo with you to show you exactly some of the features that we're offering you. We got Asia from Michigan. Thank you so much for being here. So first of all, our mission, Integrity innovates insurance and financial services to make the process of securing life, health, and financial well-being more simple, more beneficial, and ultimately more human. So that is our mission with all of the technology innovation that we're doing, is to absolutely make the process for you and your clients a more human experience. So IntegrityCONNECT is all about connections, okay? So that is how we came up with that word, because it is what we are doing, right? We are connecting agencies to agents, we are connecting agents to consumers, and we are even connecting with the carriers, right? For agencies, we're making it easier for them to grow and enable their agents to focus on what they do best, right? That's what I'm going to get into in a few slides. I'm going to try and hold myself back. And then agents to grow their business by quickly connecting with consumers where they prefer, right? Whether you're doing business face to face, whether you're doing it over the phone. And then consumers to get them informed and connected to the right expert agent and the products. And then lastly, the carriers to create and provide effective products, membership, and outcomes. So I am very excited about the new name, IntegrityCONNECT, because that is exactly what we are doing. So this is the platform that is going to help you save time, right? That way you are able to sell more and serve your clients, better. So officially MedicareCENTER is now called IntegrityCONNECT, or if you are using LifeCENTER, it is now called IntegrityCONNECT. So whenever I am saying those words, that is what that means, okay? So this is going to be your all-in-one platform. So that first survey question when I asked if having an all-in-one would make life easier, this is it, everyone. This is the all-in-one platform. It is absolutely world-class technology. We are investing a lot into this technology for you, and this is how we are showing you that we truly care about your success, because we are not charging you for access to this platform, right? This is a way for you to save even money on maybe some platforms that you're using now. But this is how we show you that we truly care about your success. We are not successful unless you are successful. So we are building something that is truly going to help you and ultimately help your clients as well. So how it's an all-in-one, right, is that one username, one password, right? That is, I think, for the last 5 years I've been doing this. That is how I've always done these trainings, and that part is still the same. So it is still going to be integrity.com that you're logging into. You're logging in with your NPN, and you'll have one password to access all of the plans, all of your policy data. See, have that line of sight into your entire book of business. So this is that platform for you. And I truly believe like having that one username and password is how we help you save the most time. You're not having to, go and look up different login portals and things like that. So again, this is best in class technology. Our CRM is just built in a way to help you work smarter. So it is organized in a way that is specific to an insurance agent. You can quote multiple products, right? So it was built originally to help you, sell Medicare Advantage compliantly over the phone, but it's grown into so much more than that, right? You can do Medicare Advantage, prescription drug, you can do final expense, you can do term, you can do IULs, and very, very soon, as in before this year is over, you will be able to do Medicare supplements through this same contact record. And then of course it's going to make it super easy, because while you can quote all the products, you can even do the e-app. So this is, again, you sign in once for that quoting, and then it's that same login to submit that application as well. And it will automatically fill in your client information into the application if you have that contact record completely filled out. And then we even have some automated marketing in here. So this is a way that you can email and text your clients through this platform as well. The automated features right now are mostly for email. but there are a few text message automated features as well. And I'm going to show you where you can access all the marketing materials. And then there's also Legacy Safeguard. I did a webinar on this a few weeks ago. This service that you can offer your clients for free is also in IntegrityCONNECT. So when you're in a contact record, you would be able to easily invite them to sign up for this free service that you are offering, right? This is something that you, the agent, would say, because you did business with me, here's another service that I offer to you at no cost. It is going to, help them plan their funeral. It's going to help them, find funeral homes. It's going to help them find if they had an insurance policy, how they would do things. It's an amazing service, and I would highly recommend that you enroll yourself in it, right? That way you can have everything organized for your family as well. And then Legacy Safeguard is in Spanish, which is really amazing. And I promise we are working on getting our platform in Spanish as well. I promise we are working on it. It is absolutely something that we want, that we wish was already available. It just hasn't been developed yet. And then compliance made easy. I feel like this sentence is kind of a trick question because compliance is not easy, right? But our technology helps it be easier, right? This is a platform that we have gone through all of the CMS regulations, and we are making sure that everything in here is helping you follow those regulations, whether that is the 48-hour tracking, the call recordings, the TPMO disclaimers, all of the compliance features that you could think of are, of course, going to be built into this platform. Here at Integrity, we definitely take compliance seriously. We want to protect you and your clients and make sure that there's no way that you could risk that. So we've definitely got your back when it comes to compliance. And then also within the technology is what we call Ask Integrity. And I hope you're all taking notes. Like if I'm saying something that you want me to do the live demo on, like write it down, put it in the question box and say, hey, I want to learn more about this specific feature. So Ask Integrity, I hope, is one that you write down, because this is our AI feature that we are building within the platform. It is already in here, so this is something that you can already be using. Of course, we are always on the cutting edge of technology. Our Ask Integrity feature, we like to describe it as a AI digital assistant. So even though it might do more than as assistants do, that's kind of the best way we can describe it. It is your AI digital assistant, your new superpower. It also has AI-powered recommendations. So this is going to give you suggested products. It's going to know, if you're writing those applications on here, it's going to know the policy they have, and then it's going to recommend a specific product to cross-sell. The Ask Integrity feature is definitely going to help you with stress-free organization. So I'm sure you're all familiar with many CRM tools. This is going to let you just kind of chat, or if you're using the mobile app, you can even talk to Ask Integrity and ask it, anything about your client. And we even automatically do some AI tags for your clients as well. So this is kind of one of my favorite parts too, the client information summaries. So this is a way that you can easily and quickly get a super quick summary of your client. So, when you're looking at a contact record, there's a lot going on, right? We give you full insight into your data. So we know that's a lot of information sometimes. So the Ask Integrity feature kind of lets you see quickly the information you're needing to see as fast as possible. And then we are totally going to brag that this is the first in the industry AI-powered digital assistant. This is built specifically for insurance agents, right? This is going to be with you wherever you go, and it's going to help you build stronger relationships and and how it helps. I love like when people ask, well, how does it do that? I wish some of you would say like, hey, how does it do that? And how it would help you build stronger relationships, especially if you're, which I think I'm going to have might be my next slide. Yep, here we go. This is how. So it does meeting and call summaries. So this is basically your AI note taker. I know most of you on here are very familiar with AI note takers, right? You've, I'm sure, been on some Zooms and seen that AI note taker, or you've had a conversation with someone and they're like, hey, I'm going to use my AI note taker to record this and summarize, the notes from our meeting. This is what that does. This is something that you have access to. So as you're using, whether it's over the phone or we do have an in-person recording feature on the mobile app, this is going to summarize all your notes. And then this is how it builds the client relationship stronger, right? I've seen notes that people have taken in meetings. I've seen my notes, right? They're very, the most important things, right, that I'm needing to get done. This is going to help you remember their pets' names, their grandchildren's name, any kind of personal details that they kind of mentioned. This will help you, remember that about them, right? This is a relationship business, right? That is how you continue building stronger relationships. We also offer a personalized website. This is a really great way to help grow your business. So one, having, a website is super important. Two, this one is going to be at no cost to you. Three, it's an additional website. Hopefully you all already have your own websites or have multiple. This is an additional one, but we're going to take it a step further because Integrity is doing marketing, for agents doing those campaigns in LifeCENTER. So this is something that you would become a plan enroll agent. And because you do become a plan enroll agent, you could get, calls or leads from your website at no cost. And then this is very clever, right? Success is calling. We do offer you a personalized business phone number, and this is what's going to record that call and give you the summaries and transcripts from those calls. And then, of course, you can professionalize your business with your plan enroll email. So you are doing the marketing through the platform. Everything is still going to have your name in it. So even though it's plan enroll, it is your first and last name at planenroll.com. And then the mobile app, I know I've talked about this a few times. This helps you to work anywhere. It is on the mobile app store, Apple, Google Play. It is called Integrity for Agents at the moment. I'm sure that will be changed to IntegrityCONNECT at some point. So make sure that you download the mobile app so you can be using those mobile features as well. So this is my favorite slide. This is what I was trying to hold back from saying at the beginning. Agents who use this technology submit 79% more applications. So whether you are an individual agent or you are a principal and you have multiple agents under you, this application is going to help you and or your team write 79% more apps. And I feel like this, when I get the question all the time, Adrienne, why should I use this? How does it benefit you? Like, how does Eldercare benefit from me using this platform? I get that question a lot, and maybe you're thinking it right now. And I would say this is the answer, right? We want to help you serve more clients, and we know our technology does that. So that is how we benefit, right? This technology is going to help you write that many more apps to grow. Okay, so before I do that was just a general overview of kind of the main features that agents love most about the platform. This slide is just to inspire you to think, when you think IntegrityCONNECT, right? You're thinking an all-in-one platform. You're thinking it makes it easy, stay organized, and build better relationships. Okay, I'm gonna jump into the platform to do a live demo to kind of show you some of the things I talked about and to show you exactly what it looks like, because I want you to leave this training and I want you to log in and I want you to start using it right away. I would love to hear from you saying, hey, Adrienne, I just wrote my first app on Integrity Connect. It was so easy. It's definitely gonna help me save time and stay organized. I would love to hear that. So if you leave this training and write an app, please call me. I want to know. Okay. I'm gonna share my different window. Okay, all of you should be able to see the dashboard right now. And I'm gonna kind of answer a few questions too. So Michael said we don't go through CSG app. Michael, as of today, you will still use CSG app. We will let you know when that changes. Josie said, will you share with us how to use the tabs? I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you mean tags. Let me know. Vern, is the planenroll.com email available now? That one might not be available now. We can double check though. I'll do a live test and see if it is. Vern, how do we access it? That's a great question. You will go to integrity.com and register. And to get the free access to it, you will have to have your contracts within that Integrity umbrella, or I like to say within the Integrity family. So if you do already have your contracts with us, you can get access to it right away. If you don't have any, we need to have that conversation on what it would look like getting you access to the platform. And we are happy to have that conversation with you whenever you're ready. Rudy mentioned you didn't mention biometric login on the phone app. I'm not sure that that's available quite yet, Rudy. Will ACA be available? It is not available right now. It is on the roadmap. It just isn't going to be something that we have on there quickly. Amanda, all of my clients' cities, street names show up in a lowercase. Is there a way to fix that? Yeah, I'm sure there is a way to fix that. I don't know if you have a spreadsheet now already with the incorrect case that we can try and upload, or maybe it's something like we can all tag team and get those updated manually for you. Bill, how does the personalized phone number work if someone I call? Is it just for them calling me? So the personalized phone number works both ways. They can call you on it. It will forward to whatever number you have in the settings, or you can do an outbound call from the platform. It will do an automated 3-way call. Rudy said he downloaded and the biometric is available now. That is great. I love to hear that. Okay. So right now I am in a staging platform. So mine might look a little bit different than yours, but this is what it looks like as of today when you log into integrity.com. So this is what we're going to call the Integrity Connect platform, right? You're not navigating anywhere else. When you are in this dashboard, you are in Integrity Connect, okay? And this is the main dashboard that you're going to be on. It's going to give you a snapshot of your clients. All of these are clickable, so you'd be able to see all your new ones, your contacted ones, your engaged ones, your clients. You're going to have a task list here. So if anyone's gone to your website, filled out the form as a lead, it'll pop up here. Any reminders that you have, any unlinked calls that you have, and any health SOAs that your clients have signed, but maybe you haven't signed yet. And then you're also going to get a policy snapshot, any declined apps, applied ones, issued ones, and then unlinked ones. So this is another reason why you want to start using this platform now. If you have not been using this platform, I highly encourage that you get your policies linked before October 1st. So if you're looking for what do I need to do, write that on your to-do list. Link your policies before October 1st. And I say that because that is how you use the AI features. If we know the contact's policy information, we know what product to recommend you for cross-sell. We know if there's an SEP. We know if their plan is pulling out of the market. We know if their doctors are no longer in network. We would know all of these things if we know the policy connected to that contact record. And then you would be able to see the recent activity down here at the bottom. Anything that's happening in your contacts, you would be able to see all of that activity, and you would be able to filter it, right? This filter button is my favorite thing about our CRM, is that it is specific for insurance agents, right? Application submitted, all of this stuff is already created. You're not having to customize it to yourself. There's all kinds of filters that you can use for the activity. And then once you're in here, I highly recommend you start with your account settings, right? If this is your first time or you haven't set up your account settings yet, that's your next thing on your to-do list, right? If you're taking notes, it is account settings next. And how you get there is it's your initials in the top right corner and then account. Very, very simple. And then these 3 tabs at the top are going to be the different tabs for your settings. So the middle is agent profile. This is so important when you're in this platform, because if this is not set up to you, then you might be missing out on some of the features, okay? You have to set your product preferences to the products that you're offering to have access to certain things and certain branding. So please, please, please make sure your product preferences are set. You just hit this little square with the pen, and this is how you turn on the products that you're offering. So there's a lot of products right now, right? And we just keep adding more. Please put your headshot in here. So this is, you cannot put logos, you can't put cartoon characters. This has to be a photo of you. And then this way, as you make that transition to using this platform, that way your clients still know it's you, right? Even though it has your name, first name, last name, it's going to have your email, whatever email you're using at the top. But some of those emails are going to come from, like, first name, last name at planenroll.com. So if you have your photo in here, that will be in the email signature. That would be on any website links that you're sending, applications, SOAs, right? You want your photo on there. That way your clients know that they're in the right place. And then you can do your office location, your bio. Highly recommend you fill it all out. As you keep scrolling down, this is where you find the phone number we've provided you. So you can give this phone number to existing clients. You can give it to potential clients. You can put it really big on a billboard, put it on your business card. You can, however you want to use it, it is there for you. And what happens is when they call this number, here to the right is the forward to setting for it. So this forwards to number is where that call will be automatically forwarded to. So that way, all the calls would be recorded. And if you have that contact record already created, which I hope you do, that call recording will automatically be linked to that contact record. And then you can easily use that AI chat, and say, hey, when's the last time I talked to, this client or that client? Hey, give me a call summary of, the last call I had. And then also when you're dialing out from this platform, this is the number that your client will see on their caller ID. And I can do a more in-depth call training. And then this is where you can find your agent website link. So you can just copy this link and then you can paste it in a new tab. And this is going to be the website that we've created for you. So again, important to have your photo here so they're not seeing these initials, right? They would see your face. And then this is where clients or potential clients could quote and enroll themselves in a Medicare plan. This is where they can quote life plans. They can't enroll themselves in a life plan from here, but it's going to recommend that they reach out to you for help getting enrolled in that plan that they're quoting. And then soon there will be Medicare supplement as well. And then there's a lot of other features on this website. This can be its own training, right? But I highly recommend that you get this link saved somewhere. That way, you can link it in a post saying, hey, shop my plans now, or hey, get synced with me, this AEP. And then this get synced feature. This is something that agents really loved last AEP. Last AEP was a quite disruptive AEP, right? There was a lot of plans that pulled out. And so to save time, with agents, they sent this link out saying, hey, I need you to enter in your prescriptions, your doctors, your pharmacy. I need you to do the scope of appointment, all the things so we can have time to meet this AEP. So this link is how you start collecting all of your clients' information pre-AEP. That way, come October 15th, you'll have everything and you'll be ready to talk to them about their options for 2026. There's even a learning center on here, so they can, learn the basics of Medicare. There's all kinds of things on this website. So next, within the IntegrityCONNECT settings, I would check your selling permissions. Okay, this is how you know what plans that you can be writing on our platform. So we have life permissions and then we have health permissions. These are clickable. So you can click life or you can click health. The health ones are going to be a direct feed from the carrier. So this feed isn't updated every day, right? These get updated once a week. Just being honest with you. So that is why we stress so hard that you get your certifications done as soon as possible, because there is always going to be a delay from when you're actually ready to sell from when you see it within our platform. So if you have not done your certifications, which I truly hope everyone on here, I mean, it is September 11th. I hope everyone has done all of their certifications already. But this is going to show you, that you can write Cigna for the plan year in the states that you can write in, right? So you got to be making sure you are licensed in that state, and then also the products. All right, so that's the other thing on your to-do list. Check selling permissions. Once you have all of your account settings kind of set up, I'm going to go back to the dashboard real quick, and then we're going to talk about organizing your contacts and kind of the tagging feature that we have. Esther, when the client returns the SOA, do we sign it then or when the actual plan is selected and submitted? So that's a question on the SOA. And I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this for you. So in how it works in our platform. So I'm just going to start from the rule, right? Per CMS, you have to have a scope of appointment 48 hours prior to your sales meeting. So when you're sending an SOA on here, which I can show you how to do that in a minute, it gives you the option to track the 48 hours or not track it. So it's automatically checked to track the 48 hours. And when you send it to your client, they sign it right away, right? And then when it comes back to you, you cannot sign it until that 48 hours is up. And then when you go to sign it, it's going to ask you the date of the appointment. Was it signed on the day of the appointment, and etc. So you'll just fill it out as things happened for that appointment. Tommy, how do you connect the policy? That's a great question. So on the dashboard under policy snapshot, you click the number that you have here, and then you will see a link to contact. So you can see here, for this client, I need to link this Aetna plan to them. So I would just hit link to contact. And then if you have the contacts in here already, it will have a suggested contact and you can just click their name and it'll link it. If not, you can start typing their name to see if they're in there. And then if they're not a contact in there yet, you can hit create new contact. And then that way, when you create that contact, it'll link that policy to that contact. Can you add clients through a file? Jeff, that's a great question. I'm so happy you brought that up. Yes. So when you click the contacts up here at the top, there is an import button. Okay. So when you click import, there will be an Excel spreadsheet template that you can use. And honestly, this is how I've been spending a lot of my time lately, is helping agents get this spreadsheet ready for import. It does have to be certain formats, right? I don't know. Hopefully everyone is aware of how spreadsheets work, but like your date of birth date has to be the right format. The phone number has to be the right format. And so if you need me to help you get your spreadsheet like in a way that we can get it imported, I am so happy to do that. You just let me know. All right. You are welcome, girl, for saying that. Will certified plans automatically get added to permissions? Yes. So your permissions are always going to be automatically loaded for you. So if you think that any are missing, let me know. Again, as of right now, it's only going to be certain final expense carriers and Medicare Advantage prescription drug carriers. Medicare Supplement is still coming soon. How do you get to the Let's Get Sync tab? I will get into that. There's multiple ways, Tommy. Are SOAs available on website for clients to sign? Yes, Glenetta, it is. That SOA on your website is under that Get Synced link. Bill, what if it's a walk-in? Can I scan and put in the system? So as of right now, Bill, there is not. I know that that is an idea that was submitted that a lot of people voted for. So I know that it is something that they are working on. If it is a walk-in, if it was me, I would still try and text them or email them the SOA, and then I would just help them through it while they were there with me in person, because it's still good to have that digital copy and tracking of the SOA. Ashia, I'm studying to get licensed in health and life, property and casualty and annuity, also a licensed and bonded notary. That's great. That is so great. This platform, if you're getting into the Medicare Advantage side of things, this platform is definitely going to make things a lot easier for you. I know a lot of agents, a lot of experienced agents have told me many times that they have wished this was around when they got started, because now they're having to make that transition, and it's work. I'm not going to lie that, it's a bit of a process to get your information into here and get it organized how you want it. But in the end, it is going to end up saving you a lot more time on the back end, right? Because it's going to be anytime that you enter in new information once, right, in the all-in-one platform, it will then do all the automated things. Okay, so in contacts, this is where, let's say, you've exported your book of business from a carrier portal, you've imported it in. Now, this is where you would be able to see all of them. This is where you would be able to filter them. So let's also pretend, you've imported them and you've linked your policies, right? So if you've done that, you would be able to come in here and you would be able to filter your contacts. It's this little 3 lines with the 3 circles, and you would be able to filter any way you would want to. So it's filtered by stage, by reminders, product type, product status, carrier, SOA. If you're doing lead campaigns, you would be able to filter those, because if you're doing leads in LeadCENTER, they would come in to IntegrityCONNECT. So you would be able to see those. You would be able to use the AI recommendations. So this Ask Integrity recommendations, this is our AI tags that we do automatically. So here's what they look like. And I think this might be what Josie was wanting to see. Let me know. So based on their policy, we would be able to filter them by the ones we recommend that you do a cross-sell with, ones that are potential switchers, so maybe ones that are going to be shopping this AEP. I'm not sure what RICO tag is at the moment. I think I do know it, but I'm going blank. And then here's everyone's favorite, right? All the agents' favorite AI tag is the shopper tag. So this is something that we do automatically if we know that policy, right? And of course, you gotta have their doctors and prescriptions in there as well, right? So just think of it this way, like the more information that you have in here, the more that this platform is going to work for you. This is how you're going to have that line of sight into everything with your clients. So I'm going to get into the shopper tags. Shopper 1 is going to be major coverage changes. So October 1st, we import that CMS spreadsheet, right, with all the 2026 plans. And this is going to basically tell us what is happening for 2026. We are going to see what you have going on with them currently, right? Their current plan, what you have in their health profile. And we are going to say, oh, wow, Miss Jones's plan is completely pulling out for 2026. And so we are going to tag Miss Jones as a priority 1, meaning that she is going to be your most important client to see first during AEP. So priority 1 is major coverage changes. Priority 2 is going to be network or prescription changes. So that's why we need to have that health profile completed. Priority 3 is any plan review as in necessary. So there's going to be something changing in their plan to where a review is going to be needed. Priority 4 is going to be a plan review suggested. So even though it might not be absolutely needed, it's going to be a plan that you suggest that they still shop for 2026 or just review it. And then priority 5 is going to be those plan reviews that are optional. So maybe that they're okay with staying on the plan they're on now, but you still want to let them know that you're here to do a plan review. It's just not needed. So those are our AI tags. There is also an SEP tag. It might not just show in I think maybe that RICO tag is supposed to be the SEP tag. So if there is a special election period, we would tag them that and how that works, right? You have to have the information in there. We have to know the zip, county, state that they're in to know to let you know there's an SEP there. And then as far as the filters go, when you select one, so I'll just do product type for now. I want to see all of my MAPD clients, right? So I'm going to filter product type is MAPD. Or I can change this is to is not. So if I want to see everyone that is not an MAPD client, I can see those as well. And then you can add multiple. So I can say they're not an MAPD client and their status is pending. So I can see maybe who isn't a client, but they're pending. And you can go and you can keep adding them. And then the other tags that we have are custom ones. So right? Every agent's different in what they're doing and how they organize data. So you, the agent, can create as many tags as you want to, and whatever tags you want to create. These are just some examples that I've entered in here. I did a DSNP one, which I think that might be in the product type. I'm not sure. So no, it's not currently. And then I did like a first attempt tag, a second attempt. So if you're working leads and you want to tag them, I can do sync quote. I can say they have a hospital indemnity with me. They have a cancer policy with me. They have dental with me. These are all the ancillary plans. I did an attended event one. I did a med sup one. I said they're a veteran. I can say they attended my June event, however many tags you want to do. And how you do that is when you're in a contact, which I'm going to clear this little blue bar here. You got to watch this thing. If you have a filter there, you got to clear it out. So how you do that is when you're in a contact record, over here on the left are the tags. So you just come over here to custom tags, pretty self-explanatory, right? And you hit assign new tag. So I can create a new one and I can say, you know, I can say that they're a Razorback fan. Maybe that'll make some of you chuckle. And then that way I can always go and see who all my clients are that are a Razorback fan. And I can, come in here and I can send them a text. I can come over here to connect and I can text them and I can say, woo pig suey. I'm going to go back to the main contact record page because this is, again, what I was telling you. The contact record has a lot of information, right? There's a lot of things going on here, which is good, right? You want to be able to use the all-in-one platform to see everything going on with your client. But the Ask Integrity chat that you could use to get a summary for this client is in the bottom right-hand corner. So this little white eye with the white circle, whether you're on the mobile app or the desktop, is how you access the Ask Integrity feature. So you just click it, and this is where you can ask it to tell you about your client. So I can say, tell me about my client. It'll say which contact, right? I got to give it a name, and I'll say integrity webinars, which there's not much going on in this one, but just to show you in real life what it looks like. So it's telling me that this contact is 65 years old, lives in Dallas. I don't have any providers. I don't have any prescriptions for them. Last time I talked to them was on August 6th. So looks like I have some work to do on this contact record. And if you're still with me, which I see quite a few of you are, at the end of this, I'm going to tell you what's coming soon. So little teaser to make you stay on, here. I'm going to go through some questions though. So SOAs are good for 1 year, and if we enroll someone during AEP and we get confirmation number for that AEP enrollment, and say during OEP they try to change plans, which we can definitely go over some compliance training if you need to, Esther. It is if you get an SOA for AEP, it is good for a year. But I believe in the compliance book, it also says for that plan. So for OEP, I would definitely get another SOA because that's a different meeting and a different plan. So I would definitely get another scope of appointment for OEP. I am so sorry, I don't know how to say your first name. My Integrity account doesn't seem to link up with IntegrityCONNECT. What do I need to do? I will reach out and we will work through that together. John said, I have hundreds of unlinked policies. How do I link them? That is a great problem to have, John. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, but again, I promise you it's absolutely worth it. So when you click that number of that hundreds number, a drop-down list will pop up and you'll have to click link to contact on each policy. Maybe you have someone, help you log in there and get those linked up. Marie, so for agents new to writing Medicare plans, should we be in MedicareCENTER? So Marie, there is no longer a MedicareCENTER. We have changed the name. So even though this is still technically MedicareCENTER, this is what you've been using as MedicareCENTER. It is now IntegrityCONNECT. So you should be using IntegrityCONNECT. All right, Susan. Hi, Adrian. I get leads with only name and phone number. I'd like to add them to the contact so I can record the call, but I can't create a contact without an address. Can you do a workaround? So, Susan, you should not have to have an address to create a contact. I'm not sure if you're going in through quote, but when you are creating a contact, which this is a great thing to show you because I told you can import, but you can absolutely add just a single contact. And the required fields are first name, last name, and or email phone number. So for example, I will do a test one. So first name, last name, and then address is not required. You would just have to do email or phone number. And it'll tell you if it's validated for texting, which is really great. And then you would be able to just hit create contact. So we can talk more about that, Susan. Ideally, you want to have that zip and county in there because that's how you run a quote. But to just call a lead on the recorded line, you can just have first name, last name, phone number. And then another great thing about this CRM is you can delete the contact if you want to. All right. Not a problem. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, so also looking at these contacts, you'll also see there's a column here for Ask Integrity. So you'll be able to see all of the AI recommendations that we're giving you. If you got the lead from your personal agent website, if it came in from LifeCENTER, any reminders that you have, the life policies you have with that client, it will list them here. Obviously, there's not policies on this staging account. And then any health policies, it will tell you as well. So we call this insights, quick insights. So, and I know it might seem small, but this is very user friendly. So without having to go into the contact record, I'm able to see quickly, what I have with this client. And then you can export, so you can filter how you want, check these boxes, and then this is where the export button shows up. And then something else that is really cool is the views that we have of your contacts. So this list view, of course, is going to be most popular, but you can use the map view. So, which this might get some of you really excited, I know, because you're running in-person appointments still. So this map view, if I click it, is going to put all of my contacts into map form. And again, you can filter these. This filter option is still available. So if you're just wanting to filter your MABD clients on the map, you can. If you're wanting to filter leads only, you can. And then I'm going to zoom out here because I don't know where it's putting me. I think mostly in Texas, probably. Yeah. So I would be able to see all of my contacts in a map view. And then that way I can plan my appointments for the day or the week by area, right? You want to schedule things that make sense. And also in this map view, it just gives you a good idea of where you do have clients. So if you know of a carrier coming into that area, that way you would be able to maybe see all of those first. Or if you know a plan's pulling out of that area, you would be able to schedule all those first. It just helps you get it organized and broken down to where you can start getting things scheduled. And then if you're using this on the mobile app, it goes a step further. You can just click that contact and it will open up your Google Maps and direct you to that person's house. So again, how you get to the map view, it's contacts and map view. Okay, so once you're also in a contact record, which I guess I could have clicked from here, this is where you go to the health profile to enter in their providers, their prescriptions, and their pharmacy. This is also where you can put in their health info and their conditions if you're writing life insurance on here as well. This is also where you can see their policies. You would be able to see pending, current, and previous. This is where you would send the SOA, call or text is under connect. So you can see that connect. This is where you can text. This is where you can do that outbound call. And then this is where you can send the scope of appointment. So ours is definitely one of the best out there. if you're filling out the contact profile and then you're sending it to them via text or email, they only have to click a link. The product boxes are already checked. Their information is already entered. They're just making sure that you did it right. And then they check the very last box. So you can say, okay, Miss Jones, click the link, make sure I entered in everything right, check that very last box and hit submit. And then it shows up instantly for the agent. It'll tell you when you can, when that 48 hours is up. And then as the insurance agent, you have to come in here and hit complete. You have to say the initial method of contact. It's going to again ask that date of appointment and then hit submit. And then you will have a confirmation number for that scope of appointment. You would always be able to come back under Connect and see that scope of appointment. And of course, we'll save all of your call recordings and your scopes for 10 years per CMS requirement. And then once you have that scope of appointment, you have their health profile entered, you can just hit start a quote. This is where you can do life or health. We're going to click Medicare. And then this part might be really familiar to some of you. I know I have a few newbies on here. So this is what it looks like when you're running a quote. By default, it only shows the plans that you're licensed and ready to sell with. And actually, I don't want to confuse anybody by saying this, because this is kind of where I get a lot of calls too. When you're quoting on here, it is going to show you the plans that you can write on here that you're licensed and ready to sell with. But I want to stress this, most agents, and I recommend that you do this, that you quote all plans. And so how you do that is you come over here to the left-hand side under filters and uncheck my appointed plans. I recommend this because this is where I get a lot of questions and agents calling saying, hey, I am ready to sell with this carrier, but I don't see the plan on here. And so what that means or could mean is, one, you have not done your certifications, you're not contracted. And then also what it could mean is that the carrier has what we call suppress that plan from our platform. And so what that means is that you technically can be ready to sell with them, right? It doesn't mean that it's missing. It just means that that carrier has blocked that plan from being written on a third-party site. And it could be for multiple reasons. The most common reason is because it is not commissionable, which our platform will tell you whether it is or not. But this is where I'm challenging everyone on here to get excited about trying to write their first application on IntegrityCONNECT. So when you're in here and you're quoting, how you do the application is you simply hit apply. So the ones that you can write will have the apply button, and we are going to have this pop up, right? We are sticklers on compliance, right? Everything we do is with integrity, pun intended, and compliance in mind. So this is your pre-enrollment checklist. This is required for every MA, PD, and PDP application. Ours is just a generic PDF, so you can download it if you don't have it already. It's not interactive, it's just a generic one to help you remember to do this and to do all of these things before doing the application. So once you do that pre-enrollment checklist, you check all those boxes, then you just close this box. And then this is where it's going to ask you about the signature process. So it's asking you if you want to do a phone virtual appointment or if you want to do a face-to-face appointment. So this is where you will select that. Now, if you're doing voice signature, you will have to select face-to-face. And then you will hit continue. And what will happen is it will open in a new tab for you. And whoops, I'm not going to be able to access it through this training site. Let me go to my other portal. So I'm going to go to my contact. I'm going to hit start a quote, Medicare. You're going to hit apply. Again, it's reminding you to do that checklist, continue. And again, there's no additional login. You're not having to log into the carrier portal, right? It's automatically taking you to the application without another login. And then you will fill out the application just like you would on their site, right? It's going to ask you the same questions that they're going to ask. These applications are specific to the carrier, to the product. So, and you'll notice like it'll pull in all the contacts, name and contact information, and then you'll answer the questions that it's asking. So on this special enrollment, these little down arrows expand. This is how you select the enrollment period. You have to expand those. And then you will fill out everything that it's asking. And then on the last step here, if you're face-to-face, you're just going to let them review it. You're going to let them check the box and hit submit. It's very, very easy. If you're doing the voice signature, which is the face-to-face option, there's going to be a voice signature button at the bottom, and you'll have to follow all of those scripts on the recorded line. And then if you're doing a virtual one where you're sending it to them via text or email, which is the ideal way. So if you have tech-savvy clients, I would get those out of the way, right? And I would be sending them via text or email. And then what happens is when they access the application, it looks exactly the same to them as it does to you. So you can easily walk them through it. You know, you're filling it out for them still. It's just on that last 7th step, you're sending it to them to sign. So very, very easy process for your clients. And then once you do the application, right, it will be in your contacts activity. You'll have a copy of it. When that policy is active, you'll be able to see that. You'll have the policy number, and you won't have to link the policy to the contact, right? If you write the apps on here, it does it automatically. So that is why we want to encourage you to start using the technology and to help you just save more time on the back end and in the future. And then when you're comparing plans, as we're getting into AEP, I just want to stress the importance of entering in prescriptions. I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of the calls that I get during AEP is, hey, this prescription is outrageous. It shouldn't be. It's saying it's not covered when it is. You know, I had one that was, I gave them this estimate and it is not that. You know, they filled their prescription in January and it's not what I told them it would be. So just as a, I don't know, as a tip, take your time entering these prescriptions, whether you're entering them or your client, because on that Get Synced link, remember, your clients can enter these prescriptions themselves. So if they are doing that, then you would have that proof that they entered it that way. The biggest thing that I notice is that agents are picking capsule or tablet incorrectly. So just watch that. Watch the cap and the tab, because one can be covered and one can be not covered. And then also the quantity is a really big one that I see happening too. So they might be meaning to do 1 a year or you know, 60 a month, not 30. So just make sure that quantity is right. And then also when you're doing the prescriptions, which I can go back into this contact record and show you in the health profile. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you the cost breakdown. is any restrictions on the prescriptions as well. So when you're looking at the plan details, so right here, the plan details, this is where you can break down the drug cost by month, by tier. So you can just expand these months. It's going to tell you their total estimated cost. And then also here, it's going to tell you the tier, and then it's going to tell you if there's any restrictions. So watch for the restrictions as well. And then also in the plan details, this is, I feel like it's self-explanatory, but maybe it's not. This is where you can see all of the plan details. And I know that sometimes you can get kind of lost in this. It's a lot of information. So Control F is my best friend. So when you hit, Control F on your keyboard, it opens up this Finder search box. And so if I'm looking for a certain benefit that I know my client is adamant about, like I can type in dental, and then I can go directly to the dental and read that benefit. Now, I will say majority of our agents do prefer to read the summary of benefits exactly, because that's what the client is going to get, right? So it's really good to read it as they're going to read it later. And you can get to all the plan documents in the plan details. You just hit plan documents. And then this is where you can open the summary of benefits, which I recommend right-clicking and opening in a new tab. If you're taking notes, I'm giving you all kinds of helpful tips to work faster this AEP. And then once you open that, then you can read them the exact summary of benefits before doing the application, which is required, right? It's on that pre-enrollment checklist that you go over this. And then the evidence of coverage is here too, and then other documents as well. Okay, I see some questions coming through, which I'm going to try to hit. And I know I'm a little bit over an hour, and I haven't even gone into the marketing part. So maybe that's something I plan for another day, but I do see quite a few of you are still on here. So let me know if you want to see the marketing. Okay, so Esther asks, so Adrian, when we link policies, it helps us to see what plan client currently has. Yes. And it adds the comparison side-by-side views. As an agent, it's helpful to see knowledge what they currently have, as we should agent. So I should have any clients to link. Okay. I'm so I don't know how to answer that exactly. Yes, you can. It's not going to automatically do the comparison for you. It's not going to automatically pull that in. So what's going to happen is you can easily go into that policy, see what they currently have, and then when you're quoting, you can add that one to the comparison. Amanda, is there a delegated agent or proxy login? I need my admins to do these entries while I am also working in the program. So that's a great question, and I'm super glad you asked it. As of today, there is not, right? You're in the platform already, there isn't, but coming very, very soon, we are releasing, which I'll just go ahead and talk about the things that are coming soon. How about that? So everyone pay attention to what's coming soon. I'm talking about IntegrityCONNECT today. This is the agent portal. This is where the individual agent is going, running quotes, writing apps, saving clients' information, prescriptions, doctors. This is where they're seeing their policy information for their entire book of business. This is where they can send mass emails, text messages, do that call recording. They can do all that activity with that client. We are releasing IntegrityCONNECT Plus very, very soon. That is the next release that we do. This is our focus right now, is getting that part released. And what that means is IntegrityCONNECT Plus will be for agencies. So you will have to have at least one downline to get access to IntegrityCONNECT Plus. And then what that's going to do, Amanda, is going to create a toggle when you log in. So you can toggle between the agency and yourself. And then you will also have a line into sight into your downline agent's activity as well. This also allows you to create an admin login. So Yes, the answer to your question is yes. You will be able to create an admin login for anyone that is helping you do work in your portal. And it's coming very, very soon. I promise. But that is why I'm like trying to um, ease everyone into, making that switch to Integrity Connect, because it's going to be a process, right? And when we start releasing these new features, you want to be ready, right? You want to have your information in here and be comfortable using it and knowing where to go. So when we release the updates and the new features, you will be able to see that line of sight, is what we like to say, right? You have that complete view ready to see. So the other things that are coming soon, like I said, are Medicare supplements. That's coming to the platform really soon. The other thing is an appointment scheduler. So I'm really excited about that. It is a way for that Get Synced link, right? For them to enter their drugs, enter their doctors, do the scope of appointment, and then we're going to take it that next step and we're going to let them schedule an appointment on your calendar right there. And so what that will do is it will sync with whatever calendar you're already using. The first one we're going to release is the Google Calendar, and then we'll release more shortly after that. And then also, the other thing that is coming soon is some more features into our Ask Integrity feature. So on that Ask Integrity chat, you can be using it as an assistant right now, asking it about clients, getting summaries about your clients. As of today, it does prescription kind of reminders too. So it'll remind you based on their prescriptions, like if they see a specialist, it'll say the drug that they most likely see a specialist, and you need to make sure you've got them in that health profile. But the thing that is coming soon is we're going to be releasing plan insights to the Ask Integrity feature, meaning you would be able to ask it information about plan information, which is massive, right? You wouldn't have to go search first looks and things like that. You would be able to just ask Integrity, the plans available in an area, or the plan details on something, the changes that are happening. Bill, can you do an outbound call off the desktop? Yes, Bill, you can. When you dial out, it does the three-way call. So when you're in the contact record, which I can show you, right? I'm in here. You would just go to connect, which I got to go back again. So connect and then call. And then you would just hit make a call. And when you do that, it calls you first, right? So when you click make a call, it's calling you, Bill. You got to answer the phone, and then it automatically calls your client for you, and then they answer the phone, and you're on a recorded line. Vern, will you give us your contact information? Absolutely, I can do that. Let me figure out how I do that. And yes, I will be your main point of contact with anything Integrity Connect. Um, we are calling ourselves Integrity Connectors. So I will be your Integrity Connector, Vern. I'm so happy you learned so much, Susan. I got a few, let's see the marketing, how much Nicole's asking how much live leads are, as well as other lead types. So that's something I will follow up with you on, Nicole, because there's a lot of different options with a lot of different prices. Okay, so the marketing tab up here at the top, you just click marketing, and then this is where you can start sending campaigns. This is going to be how agents, I believe, are going to save a lot of time this AEP. We're expecting that I believe it's 80% of beneficiaries will receive a negative ANOC letter this AEP. So it is going to be another very disruptive AEP this year. And so I know last year this feature helped a lot of agents, and I want to spread the word, right? And if you are going to use this and it's helped you, I would do the right thing and share it with your other fellow agents and help them, right? We don't want anyone, panicking and stressed and running out of time and not able to help all of their clients, right? So what I'm talking about is you would come in here to new campaign. We would call this whatever you want to call it, you know, AEP Prep 1. Let's say this is the first campaign I'm doing. And it's really easy, right? I want to, and then I'm going to say send an email. Email currently is the only bulk option. So you can do a text message, but it's only going to be one-to-one with your client. So I'm going to do an email, and I can say to have clients create a plan enroll account. And so this is the one that is available right now. So if you're wanting to start gathering your clients' information right now, this is the one I would use. We will release another campaign specifically for AEP. And for those shopper tags, we're going to have a campaign for each shopper tag. Remember that priority 1, priority 2 ones that I was talking about? We will have campaigns to go with each priority. Those will release October 1st, right? We have to know the plan, the 2026 plan information. So those will release October 1, and you'll be able to see those in here once they're in here. But as of today, this is what is available. And so you can still start gathering your client's information. It'll just have to be this create a plan enroll account one. And then once you select the campaign, which you'll notice there's a lot of other campaigns in here. And this is how we're helping you grow those client relationships too. You can do a thank you for enrolling one. You can set this up automatically. So when they enroll in a plan, it'll automatically send them a text or email saying thank you. You can ask them to call you. You can have it automatically send happy birthday messages. And then we are working really hard to get some more in here for you as well. Because I know this has been a big help to a lot of agents. So once you select the campaign, it's asking who you're going to send it to. And then this is where you can select a certain contact, right? I can say the contact's name. I know I just want to send it, you know, to Kevin. I'll say Kevin. Or I can send it through certain filters. So this is why I was saying it's important to get your data organized how you want it. And maybe link those policies. So maybe you're coming in here and you're adding the filter to say I want to send it to all of my MAPD clients, to all of my PDP clients. And then what will happen is I can hit preview campaign. And this is going to show you what it looks like. It's also going to show you how many contacts it's sending to. So I did a really bad filter to show you. I can come over here and say all contacts without a plan enroll account. So now it's telling me I'm sending it to 3 contacts. I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm really sorry, guys. But if you hit these little arrows over here to the right, the little blue expand arrows, here's where you can see what it looks like. So it's going to say, hello, consumer name, making sure you have insurance coverage that fits your needs is hard. I'm here to help. Create a plan enroll profile in minutes. Your information, including doctors, prescriptions, pharmacy, and more. It will securely sync, you know, with my records, the agent's records. And then there's one call to action, right? Very easy, one button, and it's to get synced. And then also it's going to have, hopefully, right? Hopefully your photo here, hopefully your photo's in here, your name. It's going to have your business name if you put that in there. It's going to have your agent phone number that we've provided you, right? This is how we get things compliantly approved. We know that call is going to be recorded. So that is that is how we get these approved. It's going to have your agent phone number, and then it's also going to have your personal agent website that we offer you. So all they have to do is hit that get synced. And then what will happen, and I can show you, they'll get that email, and then let's say that they click get synced, which I think I still have the link open. Yep. Or no, I'm on the wrong one. Hold on. Let me get to the right one. and I'm going to show you what it looks like for your client when they get synced with you. And we are making updates to this. I know we have a lot of suggestions from agents, and I don't know that any changes would be made for this AEP, but we are going to make some major upgrades for next AEP. Terry, I'll show you in just a second. So what happens is when they click that get synced link in that email, this is the page it's going to take them to. So it's going to say, hi, I'm agent name. I'm a licensed agent here to help. And then it's going to say, let's get synced. It's going to ask health, life, or both. So majority of the agents I know are going to have this option, but if you're only doing health products, it will only have that health option. Hit continue, and then it's going to say, let's confirm a few details. And so I will say they need to enter in the information as you have it on their contact record. So if you're importing your contacts or you already have your clients in there as contacts, what's going to happen is when they enter all of this information in, if we can see that, hey, Sulu is already on file for this agent, so we're going to just pull over all the information that's on file for them. And that way your client doesn't even have to enter in anything, right? Unless there's changes, they would be able to see what you have on file and just make the edits that need to be made if there are any that need to be made. And then if they do already have a plan enroll account, which I know that's I would say maybe half of your clients probably already have a plan enroll account, maybe half don't. But if they do, it will ask them to log in. And then if they don't, it won't ask them to log in. So I'm going to do Sulu. Do Hot Springs, Arkansas. So this is all the information they have to have. They do have to have email and phone number. So I know I get this a lot too, that, oh, my clients don't have email. And I get that. I know that there are some out there that don't have email. And obviously this is not going to be the best fit for them, right? You're still going to have to go into the contacts on your side and enter in that information for them. But just think about the time you save with those that do have email, right? This is, saving you a lot of time and not having to mail out letters or calling individually, right? You're sending an email all at once to all of your clients to get synced with you and get their information updated. So once they enter in everything, you'll hit continue. Of course, my email address has a plan enroll account, so it's asking me to log in. And then what's going to happen is it's going to sync, right, with what I have on file for this contact record. So you'll see that I'm going to pretend I'm the client now. I'm going to see, oh, my agent has Harp's Pharmacy in here for me. Yes, I still use that pharmacy, or I can delete it and add a new one. I'm going to continue. Oh, I see she has one doctor in here for me. I'm going to be like, I still go to that doctor, but I also go to a new doctor now. So I'm going to say, which I use this account for a lot of different trainings. So there's all kinds of doctors in here. Let's see if it's going to pull who I need. Oh, there he is. And then they can select all the addresses, or if they know the address, they can enter that. And sometimes it just helps you if you need to go and add addresses, you can always do that. And then they're going to hit continue. Or, if they're just doing a PDP on the doctors, they could have just hit skip. So Skip is an option on here for your clients. And then it's going to ask prescriptions. They can add new ones. We can do metformin, add prescription. They can hit continue, and then it's going to say, tell me about your current coverage. I'm already enrolled. Then it's going to ask, how often do you travel? So this is just making your client, feel like you're really interested in knowing what matters to them when it comes to their coverage. And then the very last step, which is meet with me. This is the scope of appointment. So I know some agents create their own marketing materials and they give instructions for their clients. So they'll say, complete all 6 steps, all the way to meet with me. I need you to complete that last meet with me step. So I have that scope of appointment. And if you need help with that, I'm absolutely happy to help you with that. And then they check that last box and then they hit continue. And then that's all set. So then what happens is the agent gets an email saying, hey, you have a client that just got synced with you. And then it instantly updates that information in that contact record. And then it also shows, in that contact record, the activity of that. So I would be able to go into that contact record, go to the activity, right? Which I'm going to Sulu. And I can see here that the scope appointment was signed. And that the address was updated. So I changed the address again. I added, like you can see here, prescription added by client, provider added by client, address updated by client. So you would always be able to see the activity of what they're doing as well. And then the other great thing too is when they do create a plan enroll account with you, right? It's your plan enroll account. Let me see, how do I get profile maybe? So this is what it would look like when your client logs in. So it has a to-do list for them. It has, if you have their Medicare number on file, they would be able to see their Medicare number. They would be able to see the health plan and policy that they have with you. It's just another all-in-one for your client as well. And then, of course, it's going to have all of your information. If they ever need anything, there's a chat or there's a little box here that has your number to contact you if they need anything, any of the memberships that they're a part of. They would be able to see their activity as well. I can see that my agent added a prescription. Just a lot of great features within the plan enroll account. And it's only going to get better, and I promise you that. Okay. Sorry, go back to the marketing campaign. So when you're on integrity.com, the marketing tab is at the top. So you can just click marketing, and this is where you can start sending those new campaigns. And then this is also where you can see the reporting of the campaigns. So how many were delivered, how many were opened, clicked. You would be able to see, who that contact is that opened it. You'd be able to see all the contacts that opened it or didn't open it. That's a good one, right? I need to know who didn't do it because I want to send it again, which you can do. Christy, to upload an Excel spreadsheet, must you have an email to upload your contacts? So you do, Christy. On the import, we do have to have an email for that. I believe it's email and phone number for importing. I know that I had an agent last week do an import, but she had to manually add the ones that didn't have an email because you can, right, create a contact in here without an email. It just has to be manual. Okay, great question, Nicole. Yes, this is recorded. You can find it on our YouTube channel. It is Eldercare Broker. That is our YouTube channel. You can see all of our trainings on there. And I highly recommend watching it again. I covered a ton of information. I always feel like I do this. But you can pause it, right, and follow along as you need to. But I do just kind of want to I think that was everything I wanted to cover this morning. If there's anything else you're wanting more training on, I'm happy to hop on a Zoom and talk through that with you. Like I said, agents that who use this technology write 79% more applications because they're saving time, right? They're saving a lot of time on that back end. And of course, we want to help you be as successful as you can be. I'm going to switch back over to this. And kind of open it up for a few more questions. I've seen a few people jump off. I know if you've got to go, thank you again for taking the time to learn this. I know it's a crazy time of year. I just want you all to know that we're here for you and let us know how we can help you. Tommy, no, they cannot see the notes you've made. So they can only see the activity with the health profile or the enrollments. Any personal notes you make in there, they cannot see. Just as great as Miss Patrick from Integrity. I just saw Anna in Dallas yesterday. So Anna is definitely an amazing integrity technology trainer, and I've learned a lot from her. We work together a lot. Brian, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm super excited about this and look forward to working with each of you on this. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and a great AEP. Bye, everyone.